Alright, hi everyone. Today this video is going to be for quiz 5. It's a quiz review, and I'm going to start off with question 16 of the quiz right here. And so for the purpose of this review, this is on a case called Estate of Sinclair versus Keith Sinclair Co. And so I already have it pulled up, but for purposes of making this easier and showing how everybody does this, I know everybody does know, but I'm going to show my audience. I'm copying this and I'm going to put it into Google, and this is how you would find this case. And I'm doing casetext.com because I know it's easily accessible for everybody. So this is the case that these questions reference to. So the question 16 says, in Estate of Sinclair versus Keith Sinclair Company, the shareholders enter into agreements about what would happen to shares when shareholders died. What was the purpose of those agreements? So my choice was to keep shares under the close control of the original shareholders, and I did get that question right. And my reasoning behind that was, in this case, it said that in 1979, brothers Bruce and J.R. Sinclair, the sole stockholders of the Keith Sinclair Company, agreed that if either wished to dispose of his shares during his lifetime, the company and the other stockholder or stockholders would have the right of first refusal. In addition, they agreed that upon the death of either of them, any stock in the company that passed as part of the estate would be transferred to the other stockholder as trustee of a voting trust, which would last until the death of the survivor or for 5 years, whichever was earlier. So this shows that they wanted to keep it really close in between the brothers, and the stockholders of the Keith Sinclair Company, and they weren't including any executrix, they weren't including any other party, it wasn't a will included with family. So my choice was based on the fact that they wanted to keep that close in the family, and they wanted to keep it close to their corporation. I'm also going to focus on question 18, where the question is, in Estate of Sinclair versus Keith Sinclair Co., the same case that I did just previously, who was or were the concurring judges? Please select all that apply. So for purpose of defining the word concur, I do know what the word means, but for everybody else, I'm going to type it in Black's Law Dictionary. And concur, it's loading. Concur is to agree, accord, or consent. In the practice of appellate courts, a concurring opinion is one filed by one of the judges or justices in which he agrees with the conclusions or the result of another opinion filed in the case. So for a case like this, usually the concurrence is at the bottom of the case, and right here it does say Todd P.J. and William B. Kane, special judge, concur. So those two choices would be Todd and Kane. I had to remember their last name. So Kane right here and Todd right here. And I did give it that one right as well. And so that's where you would find the concurring judges. It's usually at the end of the case. All right, well, thank you, everybody, and I hope everyone has a good night.